Erik ten Hag came out swinging ahead of the Chelsea game, banning journalists after stories leaked that said he had lost 50% of the dressing room. Samuel Luckhurst, Auf Wiedersehen. Rob Dawson, Auf Wiedersehen. Kaveh Solihull, Auf Wiedersehen. David McDonnell, I don't know why I'm saying Auf Wiedersehen, but apparently I am. All banned from the pre-match press conference. Will we see the same sort of fight from the players against Chelsea? It remains to be seen. We didn't see much fight against Newcastle. What I'm going to do in this video is run through my starting 11. I think there needs to be changes. And like I loved that fight from Erik ten Hag. Genuinely, that's probably my favourite press conference from a Man United manager in a long old time. But Erik, I need to see some changes from you on the pitch with your 11 and the tactics. You can let me know what your predictions are, everything in the comments below, and I'll run through my team. Well, this was a team that faced Newcastle and the changes I'd make. All right? Let's get on to it. As I said, that was my favourite press conference in a long old time. Not just a press conference, but what happened before it. Erik ten Hag banning the journalists. All right? It was... I'm not just saying it because it reminds me of Fergie. It was nice in that sense, but it was a really good power move from Erik ten Hag with a media that's just... They have no intention of helping Man United or Erik ten Hag at any point in time. They will twist the knife wherever possible. And Ten Hag speaking in his pre-match press conference is saying, look, you know, maybe there's a couple that have a different opinion to me, but I always listen to my players. He says this as well. He said, of course, there's always, in every team, there's a couple who's not playing, but look, there's no issues. Goes on here to say, look, there's no disorder in the dressing room. Of course, a manager will say that. Even if there was disorder in the dressing room, it's his mantra to keep the vipers out. And that's what the press are. That's what Ten Hag did. But will the players respond in the same sort of manner? Ten Hag's always said he was a fighter. But that performance from United was just, there was no fight in it whatsoever. No bite, no fight, just shite. That's United against Newcastle. It was spineless, it was gutless, and Erik ten Hag, I don't think he has to gut the team that faced Newcastle here, but I think there are some key changes that just have to happen, all right? The biggest area of the pitch, we know where the biggest area of the pitch where the problem was really, probably those two areas there. Livramento and Gordon had fun down well, their left-hand side, our right-hand side, and in midfield, we just never had a hold of the game or a control of the game. Now, I don't know whether this is going to happen. I correctly guessed that Luke Shaw would start at left centre-back against Newcastle. And I don't know. I just see this as maybe the game where Varane comes back into the team. Martinez is our best centre-back at the club. And behind him, it's Raphael Varane. A player who Ten Hag had so much trust and belief in last season. Now, I actually, honestly, I agree with how Ten Hag handled the Ronaldo situation and how Ten Hag handled the Sanchez situation. And I understand what he's done with Varane, and that he's taken him out of the team because he doesn't feel the angles of Varane at left centre-back makes sense. But look at United, how we're playing out from the back, Erik. It's not working without Varane. I don't think that's a reason to justify him not being in the team now. So what I would do is this, right? I would bring Luke Shaw out to left back because that makes such a difference to Manchester United. All right, we need him at left back. I would put Maguire in as left centre back because when Evans came off against Copenhagen, it was Varane who went right centre back. I know that mad mistake he made there. And I would probably, given how he played in these last two games, Wan-Bissaka, I would put Dalot in at right back. So I would bring Rafa Varane back into this team. It feels like the time is right. I don't particularly feel that Varane has been a negative influence or a negative presence, and that he's been a consummate professional. Lost my words there. A consummate professional throughout his time at United. I think now's the time to bring him back in. But the biggest change has to come in midfield. Erik, I'm kind of almost begging you at this point, right? Because I want him to succeed so badly. I really, really do. And I think he genuinely has the ability to do that. But this Scott McTominay, I think Ten Hag clearly trusts McTominay to do a job, but he's just not capable. Like there is value in trust and there is value in ability. McTominay doesn't have that ability to be that midfielder that we need in this setup. And for the love of God, Erik, please play Kobbie Mainoo in front of Sofyan Amrabat. We need to see that. I'm not here saying that Amrabat's he's the solution, although I was saying that before he came in. I definitely got that one a little bit wrong. Or maybe I was so excited about that profile of signing coming in as a midfielder. That one is a natural defensive midfielder, someone who's got a very good pass success rate, will always recycle the ball, will always look for the ball, will always be an option, will always keep the ball moving. That's exactly what we needed. And Mainoo is a perfect 6'8" hybrid. Somebody who's defensively very intelligent, knows exactly where to be, position, scan, all that job, but also very good with the ball at his feet, can see forward. So it has natural attacking instincts too. Mainoo's got way more to his game than Amrabat. But if you just play Mainoo just in front of Amrabat as a midfield pairing, and you tell them, don't man mark, I do not want to see in this game, I don't want to see, if it was to happen, Amrabat chasing someone down there, Mainoo following his runner over there, and Bruno Fernandes chasing someone down there, and all of a sudden the heart of our midfield is completely gone again. I want to see it be a little bit more traditional. Go back to the shape that worked last season, please, Erik, because we've conceded 95 shots in the last 5 games. 4-2-3-1. Amrabat and Mainoo, I don't want to see them. Well, Mainoo can run forward because he's got the athletic energy, but I do not really want to see these two midfielders kind of leave that space there, right? I want them to occupy that. Move within these sorts of realms, right? And never really get too caught out of position, because too often we're just getting caught way wide and it's just too easy for a team to go through. Now, Amrabat may be slightly deeper than Mainoo, so Mainoo with a little bit more freedom to roam, because I think he's got the athletic ability and awareness to come back. But please do not play McTominay. That's the big change. This has to be the game where McTominay goes out of it. McTominay come off the bench. I guarantee you he can make an impact in this game. I wouldn't even put it past him scoring. But we need some more control in this game, Erik. And when you've got Bruno in the team, and let Bruno operate as that number 10, right? Where there's a little bit less defensive responsibility. Him running around, him being that extra man in the press, it might leave a little bit of space here. But if it does, oh, my bad. Let me get rid of that. If it does leave that space there, you've still got 2 midfielders protecting that space. You've got Mainoo, you've got Amrabat, and if United operate a slightly higher line, you can squeeze into that space. Please don't play McTominay, is all I'm saying. I think he probably will. Well, everything so far he has played him. I think one player who surely doesn't have a chance of starting this game is Marcus Rashford. It wasn't just a poor performance from Rashford. It was like it kind of looked like throwing in the towel sort of performance. Alan Shearer was speaking about it this week, and he said, when you're homegrown, you get more scrutiny because you sort of represent the city as well as represent the club. And I thought, I can understand that. But Marcus Rashford, the reason he's under scrutiny at Manchester United is because he's just got a massive contract, a huge new contract. And since then, we are yet to see Rashford. He's gone from scoring 30 goals last season to scoring 1 in the league by the 5th of December. That's not a drop-off. That's like a disappearance. That's a missing persons report. And then the performance he put in against Newcastle. Erik ten Hag is quite a disciplinarian. Always has been. I think he'll undermine himself if he does not drop Rashford for this game. And I think it's obvious that Antony comes in. Man United definitely looked better when Antony came off the bench. And, of course, Rasmus Højlund. And if I think I'm starting Martial again for Manchester United, I'll be honest, unless I need to, because there's nobody else, nah, I'm not. There is a reason why I checked out with Martial so long ago, and I didn't need that performance against Newcastle to make me remember, but it did make me remember. I would definitely start Højlund. I would start Højlund, and I would start Antony, and I would take Martial and Rashford out. I would keep Garnacho in there. Of course, Garnacho is just kind of, he's pretty much firing on all cylinders. I think he was the only one who really had some chances after Bruno put him in. But let Bruno operate as that number 10. I know Bruno will do whatever the manager asks of him, Erik ten Hag. But you can run too much. Paul Scholes said it after the Newcastle game, and it really applied to Bruno. And it really applies to all 3 of those midfielders. Stop with the madnesses. Stay central. Stay compact. Right? If you stay narrow and don't chase someone out there, man marking, and don't chase someone out there, you won't leave such huge gaps in midfield. And it's killing United. It's burning up. Protect the defence. I'm bringing Varane in. I'm moving Maguire to left centre-back, and I'm going Shaw left back. Honestly, if we play that 11, I will be so happy. I don't know, how many will I get right? I have no idea. But what's my prediction for the game is... good luck predicting this game. I swear to God. You're looking at two ridiculously volatile teams this season. Chelsea, when they're good, they're great. Chelsea, when they're bad, and they have been bad. They're below us. They are bad. I have no idea what to expect. I really would expect this to be a big old high-scoring score draw, if I'm honest. But I like to think that United come out on the right side of it. So I'm going to go 3-2 United. I don't think we're keeping a clean sheet. But mate, please, Erik, start Amrabat and Mainoo. It's not because Amrabat's going to change the world for us. It's because that defence needs protecting. That midfield needs a little bit more positional discipline. Play Amrabat. Stop the man marking in midfield. If we need to, just kind of not give up on the front press, but reduce it. Go for a mid-block instead. Make this team more compact. That's what we need. Cut the spaces out, and we know we've got the quality. It's not that we'll necessarily hit on the counter, but that's how we'll be that transition team. From defence out to attack, bang, bang, bang. That's what I want to see. They're the changes I want to see. And if they are right, and I'm right, and it's 3-2, I'll take that. But Ten Hag came out swinging this week when he banned the journalists, all right? I love to see that from my manager, and I'm so in support of him. But, Erik, I need to see some changes from you tactically on the pitch for us to win this game. And those players themselves, your manager's shown some fight. Your turn.